Hey everybody, welcome back to Donkey Reads. Today's subreddit is Am I the Jerk? Where a customer goes and spreads their own all over the bathroom walls. This next post is by Vegan Mom Throwaway. A bit of background here. I'm a teenager, 17 male, who works at a part-time job, so if you're suggesting I buy and cook my own food, I would say to you I'm more than happy to. When I was 13, my sister, 14 female now, 10 female then, went vegan after learning about animal slaughter and all that kind of stuff. We respected her decision, but continued to eat meat ourselves and found substitutes that she liked. Recently, my sister showed my parents, 48 female and 45 male, a documentary about the environmental effects of eating meat and the inside of slaughterhouses where animals are killed. They decided to go vegetarian, however, they learned that dairy is also violating cows, according to their words, and decided to go vegan. I honestly didn't care as long as I could continue eating my pepperoni pizzas and pork burgers. However, they began to tell me I should go vegan too. I politely refused, but every now and then they did suggest that I did, and I was contributing to the problem of eating meat. I politely refused and told them I respect their choice, but I am sticking to meat and dairy. Last week, they announced they were going to stop buying meat as it wastes money and start me on a transition to veganism by gradually removing animal products from my diet. I said that I want to continue eating meat and dairy, but they were not having any of it. They told me it's time to stop contributing to animal abuse and that I should just give it a go. I decided to buy my own meat from now on using the money from my part-time job. I'm doing cookery class at school and I'm good at it, so I bought my meat and put it in the freezer. A few days ago, after I'd eaten meals without meat, such as chili without the meat, and regular pizza, as we tend to just eat them anyway, I decided to cook my pork burgers. My family were having vegan burger substitutes, which I was fine with. I set the table and put my burger on my plate. They saw it and asked me what I was doing. I said since they weren't going to buy and cook me meat, I would just buy my own. They flipped out and told me a whole new load of lies about veganism. Veganism stops cancer, heart disease, and prevents pandemics. But I decided to have my burger anyway. We had dinner, and afterwards my parents told me that I needed to embrace the vegan diet. I told them I will eat what I want and they don't have to pay or cook it. Since then, mealtimes have been quite quiet, except for when we have meals that happen to not contain meat or dairy, where one of my parents will usually say I should just go vegan full time. My sister honestly doesn't care what diet I do, though she says it's my choice, and my parents think I'm contributing to the problem. Honestly, OP, I don't feel like you're the jerk in all this. After all, it seems like you're very understanding of your family's choices to go vegan, but it doesn't seem to be both ways. So the fact that your sister is understanding and accepts it, that's great, and I'm happy for you. But the fact that your parents are pushing way too hard that you should be doing the diet that they are isn't exactly fair on you. So I'm going to say that you're not the jerk in all this, and they should just learn to accept that you're not going to be moving the same thing that they did. This next post is by Deleted. Sorry, looks like they disabled the account. My friend draws art in her spare time and frequently does commissions, so I asked her if she could draw something for me, and she charged me the standard price, which I found a bit steep. I asked her if she could just count it as doing a favor for a friend and just do it for free, which she laughed at me and called me cheap as a joke. I did feel a bit hurt by it, and I ended up paying the price that she asked for, but I just want to know if it was unreasonable for me to have asked her for a free commission. OP, yes, you are absolutely jerk in this situation. As what seems to be fairly unanimous in the comment section of this one says, you should always be going into an artist, friend or not, expecting to be paying the full price. You shouldn't be going and asking for a favor or a free commission or even a discounted one. You should expect to pay the full price, and if they offer it to you, whether it be free because it's a favor or a gift, or discounted, or maybe they're already offering discounts, and that's a whole different story, and good for you. But don't expect them to do things for free or discounted when they had to spend their personal time, potentially money, and put effort and skill that they learned over years into making this for you for free. This next post is by Shades of Grey 312. Just happened this morning and chalked it up to being an effect of the Siren Coffee place and my low tolerance for people. So I went into the Siren Coffee House to use some of the money I still had in an old gift card. Used the mobile app to make and pay for my drink, never talked to the barista, and added a sausage, bacon, and cheese wrap to my order. When it was ready, I went up and got it, and was about to eat it when I realized I got the vegetarian wrap. So I go up and ask for it to be changed, but the barista refused because I had opened it. I did check my name and coffee, and it seemed right, but there was not a lot of people there when I went in. She had fixed my order because she thought I was vegan. And when I asked for the one I had ordered, she called me a fake vegan, and I should be thanking her for helping me lose weight. I am 5 foot, and 180 pounds. I feel perfectly fine with my body as is, save for a bit of tummy fat. Okay. So I got pissed and threw away and kept my drink. I'm thinking I should report her for what she did. I never gave the impression that I was a vegan, and that has several steakhouses around it. You would think the vegans wouldn't go near the place despite it being a siren coffee place. Edit. I also asked for almond milk in my drink because I'm old and can't handle dairy. Like, apparently that has to be universally exclusive use for vegans? What the F? Okay, OP, so I can honestly say with no doubt that you are absolutely 100% not the jerk in this situation. Down in the comments, Louts14 says it the best. Not the jerk at all. If you didn't tell anyone there that you were vegan or vegetarian or anything, then them changing the order without asking you makes them the jerk 100%. Then refusing not to fix it makes them the jerk again. And then the wait comment. Heck yeah, that triple makes them the jerk. Okay, so seriously, yeah, you should absolutely go back and report that person because you are a paying customer, and that is a complete jerk move for them to be sitting there and telling you not only that you should be losing weight and be thankful for it, but that they assumed you're a vegan, so therefore you're a fake vegan because you didn't want the wrap that they give you when that's not what you ordered. This next post is by Zealous Ideal. I used to work at a gas station in a small town. Pretty slow store. I had a lady come in upset about spilling gas all over the parking lot because our nozzles were faulty. After finding out she was inside the store while her vehicle was pumped, I explained that there wasn't a way that I could issue a refund as she has to stay and watch the pump. She was furious and went to the bathroom. Stupid me thought that she was crying into the phone to her husband to come and set me straight, but after about 10 to 15 minutes, she left and told me to have a fantastic day. Mind you, this lady looked like your normal 50-year-old middle-class white lady. Poop everywhere. The lady was so mad that she smeared her own poop all over everything. I had to file a freaking police report. Why not just call corporate like I asked you to, lady? They probably would have just refunded her. But no, I not only called the police, but I had put up a photo of her on the wall, labeling her as the floor and wall pooper. Since I was in a small town, basically everyone figured out what she did, and she got shamed and had to leave the city as it was just too much. A lot of people said I took it too far, but I don't think so. Not only was this deserved, but I did this because I wanted the employees to know who she was and not allow her to return. She did return, and my coworker noticed her and kicked her out from the poster. This was before the internet. Okay, personally, OP, I feel like kind of half and half on this. Like, on one hand, I feel like leading to them getting kicked out of the city is kind of a jerk move. But on the same hand, I have actually dealt with a very similar situation before. I used to work at a restaurant, and I had gone into the restroom, and while in the stall, some guy had came in, and instead of waiting for somebody to come out of the stall, he went out into the lobby, got a stack of napkins, came back in, took a dump in the urinal, and then walked back out. To which, whenever I walked out, I noticed he was still in there because I had seen his boots. So I went up to the manager and reported them to the manager and proceeded to have him kicked out. Now, he wasn't obviously kicked out of the city, but he was definitely kicked out of the establishment and not allowed back because that's disgusting. And like, why the f would you do that? This next post is by Smooth Brain Boy. So, I've been in my apprenticeship for about 6 months, and the start of it was all right. But lately the boss and the other qualified worker have been saying things that really struck a couple of nerves and severely lowered my self-esteem and motivation. My boss told me last week, and I quote, "If I didn't have to legally pay you X amount, I'd just pay you $10 an hour because that's how much I think you're worth." There's been other comments made from both of them as well, and I'm thinking about quitting because it's actually making me quite depressed. But the boss has lined up a lot of work for the three of us to do. So would I be the jerk if I did quit? Honestly, OP, I'll say right now, no. I agree with the comment section on this, which is, again, fairly unanimous, that you would absolutely not be the jerk in quitting. It sounds like it's an incredibly toxic environment and not one that's good for your health or sanity to stick around in. If you're not happy there, if you don't like the work you're doing and don't like the people you're around, then you really should consider looking at a different job as soon as you can and getting out of there. It's not worth the stress. Trust me. This next post is by some random wum. Okay, so I decided to lose weight and cleaned up my diet. I managed to lose about 50 pounds and then COVID hit. When I was working, it was super easy since I worked 10s, so we would eat only one meal together. My husband is a sugar addict, He loves cake, brownies, bread, cookies, etc. And I was okay with making these for him. He doesn't have a job, but he does work around the house, so he has lots of sweets around the house for him during the day. Again, that's fine. He can eat how he wants, but that stuff messes me up really bad. With me home, I'm around the sugar all the time now, with no break. I'm trying to keep away, but it's really hard to do when he asks me at 8 p.m. at night to bake him something. I say no, and he gets really sulky until I do it. I'm not saying he can't have some things, but I have a very serious problem with these foods, and asking me to be making them for him every couple of days is really hard. So, would I be the jerk if I were to tell him that I'm not going to bake anymore until my office reopens? Okay, OP, so I just want to start and say, congratulations on losing that 50 pounds. Like, that's really good. I'm proud of you. Good job on that, seriously. And I will say that I do not think you're the asshole if you were to tell him that you're not going to make any more sweets till the office reopens. It is completely fair. I myself have tried to lose weight for a good while, and one of my biggest struggles is sweets, and that tends to be what keeps me from continuously losing weight, and has been the fault of me regaining weight at times. So I feel you should be honest with him, tell him it's a hard struggle for you, and you do not want to be around it until the point your office reopens. And if he can't respect that, then he should learn to bake for himself. It's not that hard. There's usually instructions on the back of a box, if nothing else. I'm just saying. Hey guys, I just want to say thank you very much for reaching the end of this video. If you enjoyed, please hit that like and subscribe. It'll really help the channel grow. I greatly appreciate you all, and I hope to see you guys around.